Assalamu alaikum dear students. The topic of today's video is Microbes and Disease Part 1. Chapter 11 Microbes and Disease, Class 8, Subject Science. In this video we will discuss about microorganisms, useful microbes and harmful microbes. And the resource which I am using here is your textbook of science, Science Fact Part 3 by David Coppock. Microorganisms. The word microbes is short for microorganisms. These are very tiny living things that can only be seen with a microscope. Types of microbes: bacteria, viruses, and microscopic fungi. Let's talk about bacteria. Bacteria are very small living cells with no nucleus. They come in various shapes and sizes. The information needed to control the cell is carried on a single thread of DNA. Bacteria reproduce by dividing into two. In the right conditions, they can reproduce very quickly, about once every 20 minutes. Here are different shapes of bacteria: cocci, bacilli, spiral. Cocci is basically sphere shape, bacilli is rod shape, and spirals is spiral shape. Viruses. Viruses are much simpler than bacteria. They are also about 100 times smaller than bacteria, so they cannot be seen under an ordinary microscope. Viruses are not cells. They are just a protein shell with some DNA inside. They can only reproduce inside the living cell. Here is the structure of virus. Virus is inactive outside the living cell. A virus gets into living cells and starts reproducing. Microscopic fungi. These include yeast and molds. Here is a picture of yeast. Yeast cells can seen under a microscope look like tiny balls. They reproduce by growing buds on the side. When the buds are big enough, they drop off. Molds. Molds grow in warm, damp places. They are made up of lots of thin threads which grow over and inside the food. Molds feed on dead things. They reproduce by releasing spores into the air. Useful microbes. Many microbes feed on the remains of dead animals and plants. They produce enzymes which decompose the food into liquid on which they can feed. Decomposers. Microbes which make things rot are called decomposers. Decomposers are important because they get rid of dead animals and plants and turn them into useful chemicals in the soil. Decomposers are very useful in sewage works where they break down human waste, and in compost heaps where they break down waste plant material. Materials that can be decomposed are called biodegradable. Anything made from plant or animal matter is biodegradable. Things that do not decompose are called non-biodegradable. Most plastics are non-biodegradable. Sewage works. Sewage consists of urine and feces from our bodies, water from washing, and some industrial waste. It also contains some harmful microbes that could spread diseases. These things must be removed from the sewage so that the water leaving the sewage works is safe. Making compost. Every year we throw away thousands of tons of household and garden waste. Over half of this could be turned into compost. A compost heap is simply an environment where decomposition is speeded up. To encourage a strong population of decomposer microbes, they must have the right conditions. Turning the compost regularly makes sure that all the compost gets enough air and stays at an even temperature. Look at this diagram. A good compost bin has a lid to keep rain out and heat in, air holes to let air get into the heat, an open bottom to allow microorganisms from the soil to get into the heat. If food is left out, it is attacked by microbes which then decompose it. Usually unpleasant or poisonous substances are produced which can make us ill if we eat this food. However, not all microbes turn food into nasty substances. Sometimes result can be pleasant to eat. Cheese and yogurt are made by microbes or by the enzymes taken from them. Cheese. Milk contains microbes which make it go sour and lumpy. The lumps are called curds. Curds can be changed into cheese by adding different microbes. The bubbles in cheese are made by bacteria as they respire. Yogurt. Milk is boiled to kill off any unwanted microbes. Curd, which contains bacteria, is then added, which release enzymes that make the milk go thick and slightly sour. Flavoring can be added to yogurt to change the taste. Fermentation. Yeast feeds on sugar. It is able to respire without oxygen, means anaerobically. This process is called fermentation. There are two waste products from fermentation, carbon dioxide and alcohol. Fermentation has been used for hundreds of years for baking and brewing. Baking. Bakers add yeast to dough. Yeast feeds on the sugars in the dough and produces bubbles of carbon dioxide which makes the dough soil. During baking, the yeast is killed and fermentation stops. Harmful microbes. Diseases occur when harmful microbes enter the body. These sorts of diseases are called infections. Most infections are caused by bacteria and viruses, but a few are caused by bacteria. Diarrhea, whooping cough, pneumonia, tetanus, and food poisoning. These are the infections that are caused by bacteria. This bacterium causes whooping cough. Pneumonia is caused by these bacteria. Viruses. Cold, flu, German measles, mumps, chickenpox, smallpox, and polio. These are the diseases caused by viruses. This child has measles. Basically, measles and chickenpox are common in childhood. Polio causes serious disabilities. Fungi. Athlete's foot, ringworm, and thrush are diseases caused by fungi. The fungi like warm moist areas such as between your toes or inside the mouth. Athlete foots can be very uncomfortable. Ringworm is a fungal infection of the skin. Do you know virus can also infect plant? The tobacco plant has tobacco mosaic virus. Now, try to solve the test yourself of regarding topics. Thank you.